live. Welcome to IRL Tier 1 Round 10. Zandvoort, Netherlands, the Orange Army. I'm joined here by Staines. Staines, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good, mate. Bit of a sore head from the night in Amsterdam, but look, we made it to Sky Race Control for a good night of racing.
Well, look, the boys you're fielding out there this evening, it might be another big night out there.
Yeah, here's hoping we got Easy Mac with his debut in IRL. That'll be good.
Hopefully, the Red Bull boys can join you out there. Maybe even the Aston Martin boys. They can be down at the lower joint, eh?
Yeah, that sounds good.
With Ferrari, of course. Ooh, I've hit the wrong button. But look, weather, obviously it's looking a little bit sunny out there. The reports are saying overcast for the race, slight chance of rain. So I think we've had rain in just about all the tiers besides 2, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have, and it's a bit of a crap track to get some rain at, I must admit. There's a lot of medium speed corners that you got to try and keep as much traction with the throttle down, and adding some wet weather into that just does not make it any easier.
Nah, you're absolutely right. We saw the quick killer in the Ferrari on his debut in Tier 4. The wet conditions didn't quite play into his favour. He just got a little bit trigger happy on the last turn there, trying to get a little bit of extra speed out of that final corner down the straight, and just the rear end just slipped straight up from under him. And it's very slippery in the dry, I believe.
Yes, we got drivers starting to come out of the pits now. Both Hasses have gone out, as well as Prince, our championship leader.
Woo!
It'll be good to see him. He's going to be first to do a hot lap. He's going to definitely set the benchmark. It'll no doubt be something impressive.
Look, you mentioned that, but Easy Mac quality driver, Hawes quality, KLX quality, Aussie quality, Broke Vegan Crispy, Brocco, Jacko, Hayden. There's a lot of talent out there.
The whole grid.
Just about the whole grid.
Is good. It's going to be a lot better racing now that you're not in the tier, but look, someone else is going to have to fill the back of the grid while you're not here. And let's hope that it's not a Haas driver.
Just because of that comment, I hope it's Hayden Rogers. See where he is, 18th at the moment. I reckon that's the prediction on the race. Easy Mac obviously not representative up in P1, but either.
So here we go. We got Prince who's starting his hot lap. Yeah, if you want to get on board with them, we can take him through the lap. Coming down to turn 1, gets on the brakes nicely.
Oh, he done that very nice, didn't he? He hugged that apex very well up into turn 3. Now, does he take the alternate wide line here? No, hucks in tight, uses as much exit. Oh, a little bit of a kick there. We'll pull up the lap data quickly so we can see this sector 1 time. 24.5 there, you can see. Tricky corner there, turn 7, almost flat out, but the rear end can kick out at you at any moment there as he comes into turns 9 and 10 up to the second aero zone on the track. And we've got Haas. Oh, Hayden Rogers is out on turn 7, sorry, where we talked about, and Blurs has picked up a 5-place penalty for hitting that stationary car.
So it doesn't look like Blurs has got any damage, but maybe, I'm not sure if they had contact or if Blurs is coming through and there was
just looking, someone else has stopped right behind him, or someone else has binned it exactly where, and
it's Hawes.
Prince comes across with a 110 flat. Hawes, you're mentioning, seems to have got moving, so Hayden Rogers out, Prince with the time for flat. Easy Mac with a 111.5, about 9 tenths slower there at the moment. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Bliss doesn't look like he's got any damage. It'll be interesting to see what that 5-place grid penalty was for. You hate this game. I think that might be Vegan off. No, sorry, it's Hawes possibly again. Brocco 111.3.
Currently we've got Brocco reserving for the Alfa Romeo. He's put in a pretty decent time there. 6 off Prince is quite an impressive feat. He'll be wanting to do a bit better than he did in Tier 2 last night. With that unfortunate
very unlucky
crash that he had with Execute.
Vegan jumps up to P2 there for 111.2, just ahead of Brocco. But yeah, you mentioned that Brocco, he's a Tier 2 driver to be up there matching those times. he's got to be happy with that.
You know, a driver that I'm going to be looking out for tonight is the controversial Aussie 2K GOAT, Aston Martin driver. He's in there reserving for Alfa Romeo tonight.
Yeah, so no full-time drivers for Alfa.
People claim that he is a very, very fast driver, and he showed that in the lower tiers. But
well, he showed that in Tier 4, didn't he? We won't talk about it. Look, he's been in here with the big boys once before. I think it was Miami. It was a very wet race, and he held his own. I think he came in P5. I think just behind me. I think I was P4 and he was 5, or maybe he was P6, but he wasn't far behind me. He put up quite a battle. I mean, he jumps up to a 1 to 12.3 there, so a little bit off the pace at the moment. And if anyone needs points, it's those Alfa Romeo boys, and sitting P3 and 9 at the moment. That's pretty good for those guys at the moment.
We have KLX. He's just come through with a P6, 1.2 seconds down off the leader, and he is currently sitting second in the standings with a difference of 80 points to Prince. So he's going to be desperate to try and hold on to that chase for P1 in the standings. He's going to need something a bit better than that, though. One
thing I know about KLX is he hasn't necessarily always been up the top in qualifying, but come the race, his pace is outstanding. We saw that last weekend. He was matching Vegan. I think Vegan was P1 in Austria, and he was up there matching that the whole race.
Yeah, I've seen him do some impressive drives. Ones that come to mind was Miami.
Yeah, my God.
That was insane.
I think he led start to finish in the wet.
Yeah, never looked in doubt.
No,
so he really got that race pace.
Yeah, we've just got word actually Blurs didn't even make contact with Hayden Rogers. He just slowed down for the yellow sector and copped that. There was no contact at all. Wow, that Alfa Romeo was parked in a tricky spot. Oh, that was Aussie 2K. I thought Blurs was about to absolutely smack him. He's got his Aston Martin teammate behind. I think probably KLX, yeah. So, I tell you what, the Aston Martin boys, they got 4 guys out there, I think, at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, they sure do. It'll be interesting to see if Aussie 2K and Alfa Romeo seems to have a bit of a power unit problem if he's got an Aston Martin behind him.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think all of them will, in Daniel Starr and as well. I think they absolutely will. There's a little bit of power. Big disadvantage to the current overall leaders, Red Bull, isn't it? 2 against 4 in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are looking pretty good at the moment. P1, P2, with a very convincing P1. So
we don't talk about qualifying. It's the race that counts.
So it looks like a lot of the drivers have gone back in the pits. We still have 3 drivers that haven't set times, excluding Hayden.
Crispy's on the lap right now.
DNF.
He's just set a purple sector 2. And he's coming around the final 2 turns now. Through 13 into 14, flat out. Zio is saying hug the right side of the wall. Does it perfectly. Since the 111's 111.5, very impressive. Actually pipping the full-time T1 driver of KLX. So he's had a great lap.
Yeah, that's definitely proving a point. Who's he reserving for tonight? It's
Crispy's.
Dulles.
He's Dulles, I believe. Got held up. I can't remember what it was for. It was for something. Christening, I believe.
Oh, yes. Yeah. A lot more important.
So I'd say the stewards probably won't plan a penalty point for that one. That's a family thing. I think they might be a little bit lenient with that one. I know I won't request it.
Brock Lilly passes the line. Goes a 10th and a half quicker. P2. He's rapid out there in the Alfa Romeo.
And Vegan was trying to go quicker. He was up on his time, but he's run off into the gravel, up into turn 9, I believe. He's moving over for the AlphaTauri boys. It looks like they're just warming up anyway.
Easy Mac comes across the line. He does set a better lap, but not by much, doesn't it? Improve him too much, but still impressive for his debut.
Oh, Bargerman in the Mercedes jumps up into P4. It's a little bit of a mixed start at the top at the moment. We've got 2 Red Bulls, an Alfa Romeo, a Mercedes, and McLaren. The Extinct is, I believe he's Tier 2 McLaren as well.
Yeah, he is, but he's showed really good signs of good pace. I've actually watched him since he's come into the league. He was actually a favourite to join Haas when he first arrived in the league, but he's been doing well for McLaren. They've definitely needed the points.
Yeah, no, just having a look at that McLaren, it is a great livery. T-Mac, he's one that struggles in qualifying, but come the race, he's always up there.
So just cutting you off there, Easy Mac is 4 tenths up on his time, and he did just hit a purple middle sector. So he's coming around the final corners now. He can hold it together, keep it within track limits.
A little bit wide, maybe lost a little bit of time, but he's kept it nice and low there. Done very well to it.
Oh!
Just pipping Vegan in the Red Bull, who's slightly up on his time, less than a tenth up on his time. That's about what he needs to beat Easy Mac at the moment. He's got a car in front. I think it's a AlphaTauri. Maybe so a little bit. I think he was down sector 2.
He's a 10th up, and he only needs 3 milliseconds to pass Easy Mac. So
he's run out of ERS, but
he's going to be looking probably P2 if he can keep it going. But ERS is low. Just scrapes in.
Less than a tenth improvement. Brocco's game. He thinks he's got more in it. He's going out again. Prince is out again. I don't know if he's on a lap. No, he's on a 5-minute lap, so he's definitely not on a lap.
So was that was Blur's with the 5-place grid penalty, was it?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, so sitting P5 at the moment. It's a shame that he's been done by Cody's.
Yeah, that hurts, doesn't it?
Daniel Starr still struggling out there in that Alpine. Hasn't set a time yet. Wonder if he's got a few track limits if we check the race director. No, it looks as though he just hasn't been able to get a lap together that he's happy with.
So I wonder if he's just making an error somewhere and just pitting, or what he's doing, or if he isn't going a little bit wide there on turn 7. Not using his ERS, so he's not actually using his ERS. I don't know if he knows that's not on or what. So it doesn't look like he's trying just out there at the moment. I tell you right now, Prince is nearly 2 tenths up on his time as he comes around the final turn. He's going to improve. What does he do? 1:10.4. He doesn't even need to improve. But we'll go back down to Daniel. So yeah, we'll just mention he's not using any ERS on his laps at the moment. Does he activate it here?
Whether or not he's using this as an outlet or...
Doesn't appear. It's starting to drain a little bit, yeah, so maybe that was his outlap. That's definitely a better line into turn 1 as he comes up to turn 2 and 3.
His horse improves up into P11 by about a tenth. So we've got Prince currently 7 tenths basically ahead of P2 Broccolilli. And then Broccolilli is splitting those 2 Red Bulls for P2.
Yeah, when Brocco's actually, his game, he's gone out again, he's actually up on his time. Nearly a tenth up. Still 5 minutes to go in this session. Feels like we've been going for an eternity.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen them all do like 3 or 4 laps already. The Broccolilli comes around onto the straight. It's going to be good.
Oh, only a little bit of improvement, so it must be lacking a little bit of straight line speed. But, oh, he's got the fish helmet on, I like it. Yes, look at it. It's for aerodynamics, if you didn't know. Get a little bit more.
So Daniel Starr's coming around. He's 7 tenths up on his time.
This is better.
So that won't be very
it's
good
better,
though.
But it's alright. This is what we like to see.
Improved by 9.5 tenths there.
It must be a very high track on ERS. I'm just watching, when a lot of these boys come across the line, they're all but empty.
Yeah, so they look like they got about 20 or 15% left if they've used it correctly. Otherwise, some of them, yeah, scraping the barrel for some ERS on that final straight.
So I'm just looking, we're waiting for King David, the other Williams driver, to join. He's currently not in here yet. He doesn't have much time to get in here if he's going to get in here.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge because he's a good driver with a few podiums this season. I think he's also got a win. So to have him not racing tonight will be music to a lot of those guys' ears who are fighting for the championship.
He's definitely one. He's always up there, around in that top 5 constantly. Well, a lot of these guys are coming out. There's about 5 of them exiting the pit, all in a line. We got the 2 Ferraris. The Ferrari of Coolboy, no, is it Jacko maybe, is absolutely boating them through that pit lane.
Kicking the bus.
He is boating them.
Brosa will not be happy with that. He's going to be pushing that Ferrari along soon enough.
And Prince is retired in pit lane.
Yeah, so he definitely thinks he's got enough. It's going to take a lot.
Bargeman's jumped up to P3 by the way.
Oh, and he's just behind Brock Lilly too.
He's so close. Well, those
2,000.
2, 3, and 4 are super close. Vegan's out on a lapper. He's just come through turn 1. We'll try find. Oh, Easy Max coming across the line. I think he's only on an outlap, however. He did improve by 3/10 there. So he's improving, he's just not going up.
Quite odd because Broke Vegan improved by about 5 thousandths on his lap 2, and he's actually up 5 thousandths on this lap 2. It's coming around. It's looking pretty clean so far, but it's going to take a little bit more than that to get up into P2 territory. He's very close though. You
got to feel for Easy Mac. He's continually to improve his lap times, but he just doesn't go up a position.
Yeah, it's got to be gutting when you think you're on a good one. You got a lot of green delta.
Still less than a 10th up, about 8 thousandths there.
Yeah, so currently that'd not move him up, and he's backed out of that lap with 1 minute 57 to go. He's going to have to charge up that ERS.
We'll go back up onto Vegan. He's about a 10th up now as he comes across the line. He might move up into P2. He does. He jumps up into the 1/10s.
Wow, 2/10.
So he found a lot in those final 2 turns. Well, 4 turns, should I say.
And if we look at the track map, look how busy it is out there through that middle sector.
It's packed. There's 3 cars in the pit. And I reckon they're all probably going to be exiting very shortly. This one gets a little bit strappy. If someone makes a mistake in front of you, it can be, as we saw Hayden Rogers make his mistake, it can be very dangerous for a few of these guys.
Racing back with Broseph, he set a purple middle. It was actually very impressive, and he's 2/10 up on his time.
So that will put him up to about to
into the top 10.
Miller. I don't know who Miller is. He's just requested to play.
As he comes across the line, what's he going to set?
Oh,
and he goes P10. Nice.
Nice.
That's very good from Broseph.
Oh, and Jacko just takes it away. And Coolboys is the next one across. He's improving. Only 3 terms quicker. Just off Broseph.
Yeah, so Jaco actually improved by almost a second on his time. That was big from him. KLX improves by 5/10, but I don't think he's moved up at all. Just shows how close it is between all of these guys.
Well, look at everyone in the 111 ones to the 111 eights. You know, there's 7 tenths between 3rd and 14th. 7 tenths. That's nothing. Well, it's something, but it's at the same time, it's very easy to find that time.
Yeah, no, it sure is. I mean, Prince is in a class of his own at the moment, but all of these drivers are really scrapping. Badgerman Cam's half a tenth up on his time coming through the back straight. He got past a lot of that traffic there. Oh, see, no, he must have lost a bit of time there because he's 3/10 slower than his lap.
Well,
so
KLX is up by nearly 2 tenths, so he could be pressing for a possible P3 here. Oh, there's a Ferrari driver that moved over a little bit on him. He probably had a little bit of a heart failure just then, I think. KLX is up by about 2 tenths. He might be looking up. He might be looking for P3 here. Only P6, so he's losing a lot of time, and I wonder if that Ferrari driver deterred his lap a little bit.
Yeah, so Crispy improved by 2/10, but he sits P9 as Aussie 2K Goat goes up as well from P13 to P11.
Horse is invalidated, so he's going to be the last to cross the line when he enters the pit. If Horse can retire, we'll be laughing because it doesn't make us see. But what a qualifying.
That was good. It felt like it went on for a while, but it was very entertaining and very close.
What a
A lot of laps of
qualifying.
Scottish drivers.
Yeah, they definitely gave us excitement. You know, sometimes you go through a stage, there's only 2 or 3 out on track, but we never really got that. There was someone out on track pushing and improving every single lap.
Yeah, so apart from the DNF from Hayden Rogers on that first out lap, or first fast lap, it looked pretty clean from everyone. I was quite surprised because it is a difficult track, as we have Prince with a very astounding lead in P1. Broccolilli, the reserve driver, P2, Broke Vegan, the other Red Bull, is in P3, with Badgerman Cam P4 and Blur's P5, but he will have that 5 grace grid penalty. KLX starts P6 with Easy Mac on his debut in P7. Extinct Body, the McLaren reserve, is in P8 with Crispy P9, and Jayco in the Ferrari rounds out with P10. We have Aussie 2K Goat in P11. He's reserving from for Alfa Romeo, sorry. Brosov is in P12. Coolboy P13 with Hawes P14.
Oh.
Ray sits in with Daniel Starr P16.
You're right. I only just caught on that Brocco improved on that final run. You got to feel for Blurs, but he's sitting P5, but he's going to drop to about P10. So everyone's going to move up a little bit there. Jacko's going to go up to P9, and so on.
Yeah, I thought that when I saw the 3/10 for Brocco, I was like, oh, I thought it was a bit more than that. So he must have improved on that final lap.
Ooh, very cloudy. Haven't got any word if there is meant to be rain out there. It's very overcast at the moment. This is exactly how Tier 4 started, and at the end of that formation lap, it was raining.
Oof. Not what you want to see.
No, it really wasn't. Well, these guys started on the softs and they were pitting on lap 2 to put the inters on. It would have been alright if you could do a 2021 Hungary and just go straight into the pit on that formation lap and change your tyres, maybe.
So as we're waiting for the drivers to come in, just a reminder that this is brought to you by Dubby Energy. Feel free to go over to their site at dubby.gg with the code INTERS for a bit of a discount on your energy drink. For those over in the UK, Hayden, maybe get onto some of that Dubby. Keep you awake for these big nights on the game.
Yeah, not only him, Ray, obviously over in the USA.
Big shifts from those guys. A lot of respect for them tuning in from those countries. We appreciate it a lot.
So just getting word that King David hasn't joined, so Williams are going to be down a driver. It's going to leave the grid with just 19 out there.
Yeah, and that's huge for the constructor standings, with Williams trying to stay on to the back end of Ferrari. Matty Ayu's not going to be happy about that.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah, you feel for Matty Ayu. The drivers, they just seem to not turn up when needed.
Yeah, well, they have a mega lineup on paper, but
don't they ever?
Points aren't earned.
Let's have a look at the tyres.
Turn up.
So both Red Bulls opted to go mediums. Brocco, their hard runner, along with Crispy and Brosov and Hayden down the back. I think that's a smart choice from Hayden. Try go long, hope for a safety car, and maybe try to get the track position. I think the two soft runners out there, Ray and Daniel, so they're going to be looking up to make a few quick positions.
Yeah, they're going to be betting on some safety cars. If it's anything like the last few races this weekend, there have been a lot. I think there were 4 in Tier 2 last night. Obviously, we don't want a repeat of that, but
we had 2 in Tier 3, but one was a funny one. The safety car said it came out. Oh, Hayden Rogers is around at the back. He's already bended on those hards, so they're probably a little bit cold. But yeah, just speaking, about Tier 3, the safety car said it was out, but on track it never came out. The grid never bunched up, and then the safety car went into the pit before anyone even knew it.
Oh, look, you gotta love EA. You know, I hopped on today after about a 2-week hiatus to find that all of my data was deleted again. So
yeah.
You wouldn't expect anything less.
Yes, I've had that.
We do it for the love of the game.
Yeah, you can just hope for. We just hope for improvement in 2023, even though we know it's not going to happen. We just got to get the same game, copy and paste it with some new liveries.
Oh, look, we're all suckers for it, aren't we?
Oh, we really are.
So they're all lining up now. Prince is a little bit ahead of everyone else, but
Yeah, very far
He's
ahead.
on the mediums.
Let's see
he's got
here.
Brocco behind him on the hards, so he's going to be looking to try and hold on to that P2.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, does Prince try cover that off and maybe allow Broke to slip up around the outside, or how they play this is going to be very interesting. Because they parked up one after the other there in the Red Bull, and then you got the rival of KLX and the Aston Martin right behind them, so they're in a bit of a single file line there, the rivals. So we got the lights out, but we know he loves to play a little bit of a muck around. Oh! Two drive-throughs. KLX has had a great start, but he's boxed. He's got absolutely nowhere to go. Brocco looks like he's possibly got a... No, he hasn't. Just the hard tyres just don't have the grip there. Oh, there's a big crash in the back play. Aussie and Coolboy. And is that the two drive-through guys?
It wasn't actually... it looked like Coolboy had got hit from someone, and then Aussie just was unlucky. He was one of the cars coming through and got caught by that Ferrari. So I'm not entirely sure who it was, but someone spun Coolboy around back there.
Very interesting, because that hurts them a lot, because that's obviously the two drive-through penalties there.
Yeah, so they're already on the back foot. Oh, as we see the boy racer guy and Hawes come together, I think it was. Hawes is currently sitting smudged up in between those AlphaTauris.
Oh, right in the middle, and he's going to try to get the move, try get out of that little bit of a sandwich and try to get a little bit of breathing space on him. He's going to get a long way around, but he gets the inside line. He gets, a little bit of a bump there from Broseph. Hard racing from Broseph and Hawes here. Very hard. And he's finally got that move done, so the medium's just working that little bit better. Unfortunately, I don't know how much more. Staines, our commentator's just dropped out of the session, unfortunately. We'll try get him back in his second there. But Hayden trying to make a move now on the AlphaTauri boys. Doesn't quite get the moves to the hards. Just aren't quite firing at the moment. It'll be interesting to see if Boy Racer and Brosa switch around. Obviously, you got the medium and the hard runner there. We'll just quickly, sorry guys, I'll just quickly send an invite out to Staines very quickly. Try to get him into this party again. Invite to session, there we go. We'll send that out. And away we go. T-Mac making up a couple of positions up into 17th, but that is due to the drive-through penalties. These two guys had to serve, and it's very unfortunate for these guys. You've got to feel for them. The two Red Bulls currently out in the lead. Brocco not far behind, but he's on the hard, so Brocco, you wouldn't expect to be up there matching these guys just yet. He's going to be looking to come home a little bit faster than these guys. KLX is hot on his tail too, just on that second at the moment on the medium, so he'll be looking to get that move done in the next lap or two. Especially if DRS coming into play this lap, so you'll see DRS enabled once these boys cross the line here. Staines has joined back in the session. We'll just hopefully try to wait for him to get back into the party chat. Vegan goes a little bit faster there, so the Red Bull's kind of setting the pace at the moment. But KLX, I think if he can get a little bit of clean air, that Aston Martin of KLX, he's going to be looking very good. Crispy's lost a few spots on those hards, but Daniel Starr, the Aston Martin driver, he's gone through, but he's on the soft, so that makes sense. It does make sense why they would, and here we go, we do have Staines back in the session and in the party chat. Obviously, went for probably a nose beer quickly.
Yep, you know, it's just the way things are.
It's tricky in Amsterdam, it's hard.
Oh, you know, handling the stress of Hayden back in P16, you know, you got to do what you got to do, but we are back. Oh,
look, he's making up a couple of positions, and he is on those hards, so you wouldn't really expect him to be making up positions at the moment. He's going long, and we've got an
extinct.
Oh no, the McLaren driver extinct. He was sitting up in P5 there, and he's dropped all the way down to the back, so that hurts McLaren. McLaren, they're in desperate need of points. We'll just have a look. We'll go up to KLX. DRS is enabled. He's going to want to try to get this move done on Brock. He's a little bit far back at the moment. The two Red Bulls, they just look like they're towing each other. They don't look to be fighting each other. They're just towing each other along at the moment. But they're not really pulling the gap at the moment. It's still only a 1.7 to Brocco. Adzi, I'll say what I want on stream.
Looking back into the mid-pack there, we got Jaco looking rapid. He's been on the back of Blurs for the last lap or so.
Blurs,
and
yeah.
we know they're gonna fucking. They're gonna
You can't
scrap
say
it
that
out.
on Shroom.
They're gonna scrap her out. And we also got Daniel Starr hooking onto the back of them there. He's
Yeah, he's on the softs.
7 places there on the softs.
Yeah, so
it's working out for him so far.
As the Aston Martin driver, we know he's in the Alpine, but he is the Aston driver being loaned out. Do you think he's going to try get ahead of some of these guys and then maybe try hold them up to get Crispy back into it, or how do you think they play that?
Yeah, he might do, actually. I keep forgetting that he's actually not the Alpine driver, because I was thinking, oh, you know, he'd be working together with Blurs, who's sitting up in P7, but he does have his teammate, who is in a very, very competitive championship at the moment, sitting in P11.
Just having a look, Jacko, he's very close to Blurs. Blurs is making up good ground, but he obviously had the 5-place sprint impediment, so he's already made up 3 positions there.
So they're looking pretty good so far. Things haven't really changed too much up in the top 6 or so, but we do have quite a few changes further back down the pack.
Yeah, definitely.
Alex is still just sitting on the back of Brocco Lilly there, which is pretty impressive from Brocco, Tier 2 reserve, up in Tier 1 tonight. It's been looking pretty rapid so far.
I believe we saw Bang in the Red Bull reserve in Tier 3. He did really good work on the hards as well. Got a couple of compliments, and you know, Bang, he doesn't really get a lot of compliments about his driving, but he received quite a few about how impressive he was on 25 lap old hards, overtaking soft runners.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so obviously the hards must be a decent tyre around here.
Yeah, they look all right so far with Brocco. He's keeping up with the rest of that pack. I mean, we've got the 2 Red Bulls kind of just getting away with it now, but he's still showing pretty good pace on those hards as opposed to the guys on mediums.
Well, I tell you who's catching on their Aston Martin is Bargeman and Easy Mac. They are right on his tail now, but KLX does have that DRS just towing him along a little bit of defense, and really got that one opportunity to overtake down into turn 1. That's really your best spot.
So it looks like we're starting to get a few trains forming with looking back. As you said, we've got KLX, Badgerman, Brocco Lilly and Easy Mac, but then we also have the 2 Alpines with Jayco splitting them and Hawes just holding on to the back there. Ray's sitting back in P12, but he's not making up as many places as you'd think he'd want to with those softs. He's made up 3 so far, but that's just not going to be enough if we do get an early safety car, or if he wants that strategy to work out.
Well, I imagine those softs will probably be starting to drop off around now as well. 5 laps. Obviously, I don't race anymore, thankfully. I'll leave that to the big boys up front. I got out there as quick as I could. Unfortunately, it wasn't quick enough. It took me about 8 rounds, but I imagine the softs wouldn't go very long around here. They're a very poor tyre choice to be on in this game now.
Yeah, no, they've been rubbish the entire F122. They weren't too bad.
Daniel Starr making a move, on Jacko. He's got the move done on the softs, and Jacko's hot on his tail. Almost on his gearbox. You might see Horse slip through. Oh, he had a little bit of a look.
Oh, and there's a tap from Horse on the back of Jayco.
There was definitely a little tap there. Jacko did very well to maintain car control there, because that is a tricky part of the track. Off camber turn, your car's turning right, but the corner's throwing you left.
So we've actually got
we've got a yellow. Is that Blurs?
It's Blurs.
Oh no, and he's in a tough spot. He cannot move now. He's got a clear track.
And it's always heartbreaking when you can't get that car turned around and you
he's got the McLaren hot on his tail. He's on cooked tyres. Yeah, he's done well. He's just yielded the position. Oh, you see Extinct taking out the styrofoam in back play. A great moment for Extinct to get caught on screen. We always catch the worst moments somehow.
Oh, look. Well, it's always you, mate.
Is it?
I'm surprised they've still got you coming back to...
I might talk up KLX a little bit then. Come on, KLX.
Yeah, speaking of, KLX has had a great race so far.
He is looking very quick out there. He's lost a little bit ground to Brocco Boat.
And Hawes and Jayco on Jayco's round.
Oh no.
So they've taken each other out.
Oh, they're in a tough spot. They've flicked it. And how they've flicked that and haven't touched the car is extraordinary. Because there was about 4 cars coming around the corner.
Yeah, so it looks like Hayden's going to have to change his undies after that because that was close coming into turn 1.
Well, he's got exactly what he needs. He's all the way up to P11. He's made up about 5 spots, and I think that's blurs around again. So his tyres are cooked.
Oh, and he was just doing well. He got back past the McLarens and was looking to get past Jayco. But, yeah, those tyres are probably dead.
So just having a look at Coolboy. Coolboy, he's, I think he's made a pit stop. He is. So he's the only driver to make a pit stop right now. He's a long way off the pace. He really needs a safety car to be brought back into this. Oh, we've got a McLaren around. Extinct is around. And he's done well. Just kept it off the racing line now and allows Blurs back through. So Blurs making up that spot on the McLaren again.
Yeah, so we've currently got the one driver with the penalty at the moment.
Yeah, that's Aussies. He will serve that, I believe. That's only a 5 for speeding in pit lane, I think.
Yeah, if I look at there, we can't even find it. Drive through, jump start.
I'll just pull up penalties on my screen.
Yeah,
yes, 5 seconds.
It was 5 seconds.
So I think I think he picked that when he probably just flew into the pit lane, purposely picking that up to try to gain a few extra attempts getting out the other side, maybe. Oh, Blurs is in the pit, so what is he thinking? Is he going hards, or what is he thinking? The hards are out. So, you know, Blurs, you're still not out of this race. It just takes a safety car and it brings you all back in. No one's lapped yet.
No, it's all to play for. But we have got people like Daniel Starr sitting in P7 at the moment with those soft tyres. They're going to be falling off.
I'll tell you
He's
who.
made up 9 places, but he needs that safety car.
And I'll tell you who's followed him. Crispy, the Aston Martin teammate, in a sense. So whatever he's done on those softs has worked wonders because Crispy has followed right through.
Yeah, so I think they got rewarded there with the Jayco Halls incident. It'd be interesting to look back at the incident reports at how that happened, because I went on board with Jayco and it just looked like they almost...
Ooh, Easy Max making a move on Barge into turn 1, trying to go up the inside. Oh, they've done very good to not make any contact. Easy Mac went very close to the rear right axle there, Bargeman. So Bargeman getting a little bit of pressure. The hards are working wonders for Brocco up there, but aren't they? He's only lost 2.3 seconds.
And I mean, when you're up against Broke Vegan and Prince, that's good going on the hard tyres.
Oh, isn't it ever?
So we've just got word from Dunno in the chat that Aussie got whacked by Coolboy going into the pits and picked up the 5-second penalty.
So you imagine that. You imagine that gets. Remember, just having a look. Actually, Ray on the soft runner, he's pitted, and so is Daniel Starr. So the soft runners they're in. So about the 10 lap mark is the mark for those softs if they do opt to put those on at some point in this race. But I tell you what, Bargeman, he's so close to KLX, he just can't get that move done, and the pressure from Easy Mac isn't helping him.
Right on him. So it's shaping to be quite an entertaining race. Brocco's kind of sitting there in no man's land, just keeping this race going.
I think Extinct's around again. He is. Oh, here we go. Hayden Rogers, he's got the move done this time. Bargeman didn't even try to fend that one. He just tucked in behind. He didn't even want a bar of that time. Just let him go. Extinct around, but so the McLaren driver really struggling out there.
And Hayden's looking to go for the move on Crispy, but he decides not to. He's made up 10 places, and so is Boy Racer Guy. I know personally Hayden's had some very, very bad luck in the past few races, not scoring points yet, I think, but he's been showing very good pace as he is today too.
It's definitely a worry. Just having a look at Broccolilli, Crispy and Hayden being on the hards to still be where they are. When they put those mediums on, they're going to be very feisty out there towards the end of this race.
Yeah, I mean, for Brocco to already have 3.5 seconds, on KLX, that in itself is impressive.
That's
and those medium tyres are going to be falling off soon.
Yeah, you'd think they would be probably starting in the next 5 or so laps. They'll be probably looking at the hard. I think around lap 18 is the point, about half the race distance. So these guys at the front, they're really starting to push now. Going a bit faster out there. Easy Mac just can't get close enough. So KLX must have a very strong straight line speed.
So it's very entertaining for that race for P4 between these 3 guys. Brocco's actually starting to get reined in a little bit from these guys. They're starting to pick up on him. Maybe KLX, if he gets a bit of free air and a bit of a gap to Easy Mac, he can start to make a bit of progress on him.
Yeah, I
those
think
mediums will be dying.
I think you're absolutely right. I think he just needs to not have the pressure on behind him, but he just can't get out of that DRS range. I think, yeah, you're absolutely right. If he can get out of that DRS range, just get a little bit of breathing space, he can put his head down. But Easy Mac, he's looking very good out there at the moment. Oh, KLX gets a little bit of curve there. That would have hurt. He's lost a lot of momentum, but he's not going to get close enough here, Easy Mac. As I said, KLX, he just looks very quick in a straight line.
Looking back down, as we said, Crispy and Hayden on those hard tyres, they're starting to rein in Boy Racer Guy and the AlphaTauri. His mediums are going to be dropping off, and those hards are going to be coming into life. So there are only 6/10s coming around to the start-finish straight. It'll probably only be a matter of time as they try to pounce on that P7. We actually have Hawes in P10. He's somehow got right back up towards Hayden Rogers, and he's gaining on him down the straight. You can see the straight line speed of that Williams car.
Yeah, I was just having a look.
Not enough.
Just having a look, but unfortunately for both those guys, Hayden and Hawes, I think they've had to burn a lot of their battery to get through that field, because you see their red light flashing. Crispy's still got plenty saved up on his dash. So that's the end. Just maybe they can do a little bit of harvesting with the DRS. Hawes is right on the back of Hayden here. This is a tricky spot to try and force an overtake if he does.
Oh, and they touch a little bit there. Hopefully they can keep it clean and just be patient with their moves. We've seen a lot of drivers try to go for things around here, and it just does not go. We might see a move get done on the DRS straight, but they both don't have a lot of ERS.
Yeah, so
Hayden gets a bit of a better exit.
I think as long as Hayden can keep the DRS on Crispy, he should be okay, just off battery. Oh, a little bit wide there, but gives him great exits, doesn't he? He runs a little bit wider on the corners just to get a bit more straight line into this car, a little bit quicker. Just really helping him. Hawes has a great run on him here, but
it looks close here.
Does Hawes get Aussie causes? You can see him inching closer. He's gone defensive. Oh!
So that was close.
That was very close. Maybe a little bit of a move. Oh, but Hawes has a great run into turn 2. He's going to be on the inside, but he gives up the inside into turn 4 here. Oh, Hawes is around. I don't think there was contact. I think he's just...
No, I think he's just lost it there.
It doesn't look like he's picked up any damage. Oh, we're just right into that.
Yeah, we were robbed of some good racing there.
Wow,
but it was
that was awesome.
Well,
that was awesome, white lad, and 100% that was racing at its finest from these boys, Hawes and Hayden. Take your hats off, boys. You've just picked up a driver of the day point from me.
And so Crispy there, he's going to be loving that they were fighting, because he's now not got that pressure behind him that he did have.
Yeah.
But Hayden actually gains a lot. I think he was 1.1 down. He's already 7/10 behind him, so he's gained a lot just through a few corners. I think even him without having
Easy Mac,
that pressure too.
Yeah, he just doesn't have a straight line speed on KLX in front. He gets ever so close, and then it's like KLX has a little bit of a nitros boost button, because the last 200 meters they just go on par for speed. So Easy Mac probably trying to play a little bit of a long game, trying to just push him along, make him burn maybe a little bit of ERS. Bargeman's quite happy to just sit there and play the long game as well. Hawes enters the pit here, so he's imagine going on the hards to the end now.
Yeah, I think maybe those medium tyres are a bit dead with those two offs that he had.
I'll tell you what, you're absolutely right. They are off. You can actually see the wear on them, and when you can see the wear on the game, you know they're pretty worn.
So Ray actually had spin back in sector 2 of the previous lap. I think we missed. He's not struggling. He's struggling quite a lot on those new mediums.
Yeah, look, I don't think the mediums would go to the end. He's already done 5 laps, so he pitted about lap 10, so he's going to try and go 26 odd laps on them. It's a long way to go.
Yeah, and after seeing these guys on 14 lap old mediums struggling, I don't think he's going to get there.
No, I think, and the way it's going, we haven't really looked like we're going to get a safety car yet. I would count it out, but I've just mentioned it, so now it's probably going to happen. Bracco's starting to drop off the pace a little bit, so we mentioned the Red Boys, they did start to put the foot down. They went a couple of fastest laps in a row. Now that gap's at 4.2. KLX is 4.4 behind Brocco. Easy Mac, he's hanging in. Bargeman must have had a moment, but because he's lost a lot of time, he's now 2.2 behind, and he was on the tail only 1 lap ago.
Oof.
So he's had a moment somewhere, and then it's a 12-second gap, 13-second gap down to Boy Racer. So the top 5 at the moment, they've really run away with it. We'll bring up the gap to the leader so we can see just how far ahead he is from 1st to 5th. Is about 10 seconds. Oh, we've got a yellow sector. Is that Cool Boy?
Ferrari. Jaco.
Jaco's around again.
So he's managed to
Kept out of the wall, but
keep it going. Oh, but he's got the Mercedes of Ray coming up, and he gets out of the way nicely.
now this is where you got to be very careful on those hot tyres, because this corner is tricky enough with good tyres.
Oh, and Hayden's going for the move on Crispy. He just doesn't get it, but he's very, very close.
Ooh, a little bit of a
As we see
snap there.
Calix going to the pit.
Ooh, so he must be thinking hards now. The Red Bull boys up front, they're going to have to be careful because they've got lapped cars coming up now.
Yeah, that's where it's going to... They're going to be hoping that they get out of the way very quickly, but just looking as Boy Racer Guy goes into the pits, he was holding very good pace on those old mediums. So he's going to probably look quite nice on these hards. And so, we got T-Mac getting the 5-second penalty, so things just turning from bad to worse for the McLaren driver. So, look at the stops here. We've got...
Oh, is that extinct around? It is. He's really struggling. He was having such a great rate. He was sitting in P5 for about the first 5 or 6 laps, and it's just hasn't been able to get it going since that spin.
And it seems to be around those same few corners there.
Yeah.
Through Sector 2 that both him and T-Mac have had a few offs. So whether or not they're on the same setup and it's just not working through those corners. So we see Easy Mac and Budgerman coming into the pits for their stops.
So that'll be the hards going on.
We'll see if the Mercedes gets the jump on the Haas there.
We've got a little bit of movement in back play. I think Aussie and Coolboy are fighting down the back of the pack, so maybe we'll have a little bit of a look at this one, eh? We know these guys come together lap 1. They both picked up the drive-through penalty together. And they're on each other's tail. Coolboy is so close, but they do have the lap. I think is that the Red Bull boys behind them? It is. So they're probably going to have to get out of the way. And this is when you can see the sneaky, when the car pulls over, you use your advantage and follow through.
Oh, and sorry, we're just talking. KLX actually overtook Badgerman out of the pits there, so I'm not sure if he undercut him or not, but Easy Max made it out ahead of KLX, and they're fighting really hard. It's going to be very difficult to get those hards up to temperature while he's battling KLX.
So going longer seemed to be the way to go, in a sense, but yeah, you're absolutely right. He's on cold tyres. Prince enters the pits, so that's the first Red Bull driver in. Onto the hards as well, so
it will actually be interesting to see what Vegan does in clean air. He does have a few cars to get past.
Yeah, I imagine he'll go in this lap.
Whether or not he can overcut Prince, I mean, I'm sure that they're trying to get Prince to get that P1, but who knows? Go for it, son. Cause some chaos.
I'll tell you what, Hayden Rogers has done great. You might actually see him try go longer. Oh, KLX making the move up the inside. A little bit of a touch. Oh, this is where we saw Hawes go around when he was on the inside. Very scary. Now he goes around the outside. You get great drive on that outside line.
Oh, and they touch a little bit
of a love tap.
Keep it tidy. Now that was good racing from the boys there.
Great racing. So does Hayden Rogers try extend his stint and back KLX up, or how do they play that game?
Yeah, I mean, so we got Aston Martin Haas in a bit of a train now that's starting to form.
Brocco, so Broken's in and Brocco. So Brocco will be onto the mediums. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be a bit of a headache for those Red Bull drivers in this last stint of the race.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. You know, he's got a little bit of ground to make up. It'll be interesting to see, as you said, where Prince and Vegan come out. We know going longer seem to be the way to go, but I think Prince, they're going to come out very tight. He's just ahead.
He's going to stay as
almost inch perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, so they keep basically an identical gap there. So,
but as you said, Crispy, Brocco, he's now on the mediums. He's going to be looking very fast for the next 16 laps here. I think he's going to be a worry for these Red Bull boys. I think they're going to be a little bit nervous having a look and seeing that behind them.
He's only 3 seconds behind, and he can easily make that up, especially with Vegan trying to get those hards warmed up. That's where he's going to gain a lot of that time.
So I wonder, does Prince just go, or does he slow down and get Vegan back into DRS, or how they play it?
Yeah, it may be even a matter of Prince just trying to go away with it, and Broke trying to hold up Brocco as much as he can until those mediums fall off.
I'll tell you right now, Broke is coming. Broccoli is coming very quickly. It's now down to 2.9. And it's only going to, through that middle sector is really when you're going to see that interval come down, as we just saw. So it's gained about 2 tenths there, 3 tenths. Yeah, I think it's going to be very hard.
Still only got 3 drivers left to pit, and that is Broseph, Hayden and Crispy on those 19 lap old hards. Broseph doing awesome to keep it in the top 10.
Oh, does Hayden get close enough to Crispy? He's having a look down the inside. No, he tucks back in.
So very good battling from these guys. They've been very entertaining to watch throughout the race so far. Pretty evenly matched too.
They've got to be very careful, particularly KLX, because he doesn't want to catch these guys and then get held up in this battle and be... I don't think he wants to catch these guys. Could really lose a lot of time to, particularly Brocco ahead. Brocco, he's gaining rapid 2.4 now.
Still got KLX, Easy Mac and Badgerman behind. They're going to jump those 2 guys in Crispy and Hayden. It'll be more a matter of Crispy and Hayden deciding when to go in, because they don't want to lose too much time to
we got a yellow.
Those are the likes of...
Oh, stinks around. Same spot again.
Same spot.
I'll tell you what, a lot of these guys right now don't want a safety car. Really only Crispy, Hayden, Brocco, and Broseph would want one because they go into the fresh mediums. So it would really benefit them.
Back runners there too.
As Brocco goes fast.
People like Blurs, they'll be looking for a safety car to get them back into the race. They're still just keeping that gap. KLX is almost in DRS range of those guys though. He's got Easy Mac and Badgerman.
He's done it in the pit. Oh, there's a big crash. The 2 Ferraris have just collided. I've just jumped on board and Coolboy has smacked Jacko and they've both lost the left end plate.
So it doesn't look like it brings out a safety car. You're going to get the debris cleaned up there, but look, it's Ferrari. You don't expect anything less, anything more.
It is a Ferrari thing, isn't it? It really
looks
is.
like Jaco's losing an end plate and Coolboy's
both missing the left one.
Yeah. So I mean, their day is not looking very good.
Oh no,
Blues gets another 5 seconds. So whether or not, I think it just looks like Blur's just got another glitch there, because he doesn't have any damage at all.
And that was for Extinct Body, who's retired, is he not?
Yeah, he retired in pits, but then his car's just gone and drove out on track again. So
Blur's he can't catch a break, can he?
EA.
I imagine he's having a few rat bag words right now.
And Hayden gets the move done.
Oh. So he's up, but that puts KLX behind him.
Oh yeah, so sorry, it looked like Crispy gone into the pits. I saw the Aston Martin in the Haas, and then I saw Hayden move, and I thought it had made the move on him. So he's going to be looking to overcut him there.
Yeah, well, we've seen going longer has been the way to go. If you can just have a great lap here, and try and not let the Aston Martin of KLX deter him too much, and just think about his race and not worry about defending this, and just keep going. He might get the overcut.
And while you watch there, I'm not going to worry you too much, but Brocco is 1.4 seconds behind Broke Vegan.
Oh yeah.
And less than 2 seconds behind Prince at the moment. So
yeah, he's a big worry.
He's catching. So whether or not Hayden's going to get stuck behind this Ferrari as he goes for the overcut, I think he's just enough ahead. Whether or not he comes in on the slap, you'd think he would be.
Brocco goes fastest again. So he is motoring. He is right behind him. I can see Prince is actually backed off to pick Vegan up in the DRS, so he gave up the 2-second gap to pick...
and the Ferraris got out of the way there pretty questionably.
Yeah, very, very funky.
So Hayden's actually going around again.
And I'm not quite sure, is that Jacko staying or Coolboy staying out? Or I'm not quite sure who that was, but they probably need to get out of the way a little bit quicker.
That was Jacko there. So Coolboy's back on the soft, setting what looks to be the fastest lap of the race with the purple first.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, sorry, is that Hayden, yeah, you're right, he's kept going. Prince gave up the 2-second lead there to pick Vegan up in DRS, so I wonder if that's to try and use him as defense with the DRS.
Yeah, I think,
to not get Brocco through.
Look, I think it was inevitable that Brocco would at least attack and try and get past Vegan, so if Prince can use him as a bit of a barrier and tow him along, then it's just going to help him. But you got to give it to Brocco, Tier 2 reserve.
And Jacko's around.
Jacko.
Oh, he's in a tough spot. Surprised he didn't take out... Oh, he's beached, I think. Is he beached? That's a tough spot. Oh, the car's struggling. Coolboy goes fastest.
Still going around again. Whether or not he's trying to wait and see if there's a safety car, or he's looking to go onto the softs, which will be a huge move.
Yeah, well, he can probably go to the softs about now, I'd imagine. They're going about 10 laps. Oh, we've got to...
And they all get through.
Jacko's retired in pit.
Ferraris are a bit more of a hazard than they are racing right now.
Aren't they? So Jacko, he's opted to end his night. He's retired in the pit there. And his car's being cleared up very early, which is good to see. We don't want to see Blurs pick up another 5 second.
Yeah, that was a 3 second there for track limits, I think. Surprised that we haven't seen any more, because especially through Sector 2 there, it's hard to keep it on the track when you're trying to carry so much speed through. But Brocco is on the back of Vegan. He's looking close. If he can get a good exit out of the penultimate corner, he's going to be trying to get on him. But I think Vegan's going to have that DRS to just save him a bit there.
Yeah, he's going to get very close. I think it's going to be... I thought he was having a lunge there.
Yeah, so Brocco's set a purple 3rd sector there, so he's still got the pace.
I think Brocco could be on for a race, wouldn't he? He's looking very sharp.
It'll be interesting to see if Prince is backing off slightly just to keep...
There goes Coolboy retiring as well, so both Ferraris out.
Vegan in.
I'll tell you who that does help.
Prince's ultimate pace
is the Williams guys, because they're in a tight tussle with Ferrari, as are you in the Haas.
Yeah, it's all to play for in those middles. You've got a few trains there between 1st and 3rd, 4th and 7th, I think it is, and then further back for those last few point spots.
Easy Mac, very close. We'll go back up to Brocco because he is super close. Oh, he's had a big moment, lost a lot of time. I don't want to mention Brocco anymore. We'll get off it because I want Brocco to have a good race.
So I hope I don't regret saying this, but Hayden's actually been showing awesome pace, keeping KLX pretty much behind, even though he's had the DRS for the last 3 or so laps.
No. He's definitely thinking soft
start. He's got the pace to keep going.
He's very quick in a straight line. You can see his red light flashing, but he's still keeping them behind. So he's got a significant straight line advantage. Whatever he did in Amsterdam's worked wonders.
Oh, look, we're just weight saving at the moment. We don't have enough money to get any new wings or any add-ons. So, look, the boys have all gone on a bit of a detox, if you will, and it looks to be paying off at that straight line speed.
Taking a few kilos off, eh?
Yeah. Few kilos in, few kilos out, if you know what I'm saying.
Couple of airplanes, eh?
That's the one. So yeah, it's all to play for between these 4 drivers, and it's been very entertaining to watch. We are going to see Hayden drop into the pits at some point.
Yeah, and as you said, he's definitely thinking softs. I have no doubt he's thinking softs.
Yeah, so what are we thinking here? I mean, he's got nothing to lose if he just tries to wait out for a safety car, because he has crispy 19, 20 seconds back. I mean,
about 20,
what are we talking, 20-second pit stop?
I think it's about that.
P7, P8 fighting with Crispy. But I mean, if he gets a safety car, then he's...
Oh, Bargerman might make the move here and easy.
P6.
No, tucks back in behind. Wow, he's so close. Oh, we've got a driver around just up ahead. I think that might be Blues. Oh no,
yep.
I feel for Blues.
Oh, and that's
he's getting lapped, so he's letting him through.
Badgerman's on the back of Easy Mac now.
Oh, he's very close, and that gave KLX a little bit of breathing space.
See, if I was KLX here, I'd just be patient. Don't try to go for anything. I mean, Hayden's got to pull in at some point. Sector 2, it's Blurs again. So Hayden will be licking his lips every time he sees a yellow sector come up. He's praying and praying to the gods for a safety car here. Bring him right back into contention for a podium, if not a win, if he can make it go that far. Oh, and Aston Martin's around. We got Crispy.
Oh no.
So Crispy's around, and that's huge for Hayden. It means that he's cemented himself in P8.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna. Yeah, definitely helps Hayden. You might actually see. Oh, he picks up a 3, but he's in the pit. Oh no, that's the pit lane glitch. Yeah, that will get removed. It's just a pit lane glitch, unfortunately. There's one in France as well. There's one in France
Ray
as well.
was around, so I think we also... Did we just see another person retire? Or was that someone
No, that was just Coolboy leaving. But yeah, Ray around. So heading on to the softs. Where does he come out? Blurs is retired.
Oh, Daniel Stars and Hawes, they're going for it. Hawes gets the move done on Daniel Stars P8 there.
Well, Hayden would have come out a lot further out because Crispy was behind these guys, wasn't he?
No, Crispy was ahead. He was in P8.
Okay.
Yeah,
My bad. Oh, hang on. We've got the Ray 5 seconds speeding in pit lane. He's going soft side, I would imagine he is. Picks up the 5. Rocco is so close, just not close enough.
Oh, and Aussie 2K almost hits Blur's AI car that's trying to find a place to retire.
Oh, the AI. I hate it. You're retiring in pit and it keeps going. Why? Whoa, I thought it was going to turn right into T-Mac. Oh. And I think it's found a safe place.
So we've got 6 laps to go and Brocco's still 6 tenths behind Broke Vegan. They're all going to be flashing soon. KLX, Easy Mac and Badgerman all fighting for P4. Still no safety car, 4 DNFs, but we
and they've all been
seen any
retired in pits. Not one has been an on-track DNF here. They've all retired in pit, and in their defence, they were not in the race unfortunately at that stage. So yeah, you got to feel for Blurs, but qualifying was the beginning for him, wasn't it?
Yeah. And when you're fighting in that mid-pack, it's so hard to get things right to get out of there.
Ooh.
You know, he should have been up in P5 starting, and it's just shafted by EA there, so a race to forget for him. Aussie 2K's gone into the pits. If he's doing what I think he's doing, I think he's just going to steal the fastest point from any of the Red Bull drivers.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I believe fastest point only goes to the top 10 anyway here, so, and I think Coolboy has that at the moment. We'll bring that up. Yeah, it's Coolboy, so it doesn't matter. It won't be going to anyone at this stage as it's only... Oh, sorry, it might be top 12, sorry, top 12, sorry. As it points to 12. Or it could be to anyone. I don't know. Hayden Rogers goes fastest.
He goes fastest there on the soft tyres.
And that might be a hard time to beat. We saw Hayden... We didn't really see a qualifying from him, but a 112 in a race seems very respectful. 112.8 there.
So we still see no change for P4. And Brocco's a bit closer this time. He's 4
he's very close,
back.
only 4 tenths. I reckon if he can stick in that 4 tenth placement comes around, there is a lap car of McLaren just up ahead. He's pulled over, and how he lets these, he looks like he's just going to let him go. 1 by 1, single fire he does, so that's great. It's always nice when the lap cars don't intervene in the race, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's good to see from those back runners, you know, even if they are having a frustrating race, that they respect the front runners and get out of the way.
Yeah, definitely hats off to T-Mac there.
Oh, and those guys back fighting for P4, they get so close down on that DRS straight, but KLX is somehow keeping them behind.
Straight line is through the roof out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to be the way you go. If you can keep it together through the middle sector and just blitz it on the straights, you've got a good chance. Yeah, so there's only a few battles happening left. Everyone's kind of bridged off into their own races, but we still have the battle for P1, P2 and P3 going ahead. Prince is kind of just coasting along. Doesn't have a flashing light or anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what his dash is sitting at. Yeah, Brocco. Oh, Brocco! Oh, a little bit of lunch. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Brocco's flashing, and I imagine those mediums would probably be starting to feel it about now. We saw most guys pitting around 14s and up. You're absolutely right. He is flashing. Prince and Broken, they've done a little bit of harvesting using a DRS there.
We got Easy Mac. Is he going to go for a move down the back? And he doesn't. He keeps it in. So 3 laps to go. Whether or not they just try and keep it together, or if anyone tries to make a brave.
You got the battle for first on, and then you got the battle for fourth on between 3. Each battle with 3 in it, and then the field's really bunch split. Besides Crispy and Broseph, they're very close, I think. Sorry, Crispy and Boy Racer there. Crispy trying to get the move on Boy Racer on the hards. He's got the DRS open. Boy Racer moves to the inside to defend. Crispy gonna try go long way around. Maybe cut back on the inside. Just doesn't quite. Oh, Brocco's around! And that might move. Oh no, KLX is a little bit further back than I thought, is he?
Yeah, they're still a way back there. But he's still going to have those
he's left the session.
He's left.
Oh, he's chucked the dummies in. He's got wing damage or something because his car's pitting. Well, that will move KLX up into P3, so that benefits the Aston Martin boys like a treat. Brocco's
that just makes this battle even more juicy.
There's no damage. There's no damage on Brocco's car. So he's just thrown the dummies in. By the looks. Oh, his game's crashed. Oh no.
And I think that's happened to Brocco back in Bahrain. I think it was the first race of the season. I'm pretty sure the exact same thing happened to him, but his car just kept going, and he was in a battle for a good position there. So heartbreaking for Brocco after a really good race.
I feel for Brocco.
And Hayden's also gonna probably, if he can, in the next 2 laps, catch up to Brocco's AI car.
Oh, you feel for Brocco. Where he finishes, they will get the points, but yeah, you're absolutely right. He had P3 really wrapped up.
Yeah, so Brocco's just absolutely
Vegan's opted to pit. That's very scary. So he's put the softs on, so he's going for fastest lap. So seeing Brocco
the TP there, didn't
go
approve
around
that one, but
no, I don't. Let's just take 1 and 2, eh?
And here we go.
Well, it's going to be very tight between KLX. Brocco's back in. Oh, but he had P3 wrapped up. He's a long way back.
Yeah, and he's got Hayden there with 2 laps to go. He's 3 seconds behind, so he's just got back probably just in time to keep that P6. But I mean, now KLX 1.8 behind broke Vegan. I know he's on the soft tyre, but you know, a little mishap here or there, and you don't have that 20-second gap that you did have.
No, you're absolutely right. It's only 2 seconds. You can't even afford a 3-second penalty.
Oh, yeah, and with barely any penalties this race, it's not what you want. Not what you want with 2 laps to go. But look, those Red Bull drivers, they've kept it together all race, and they're confident that they can get maximum points. So we've still got that fight for P3. We have a sector 2 and it's Hayden. He's around.
Oh,
And
Nearly collected
Just keeps
horse.
out of the way.
Very close.
So he'll probably be getting his penalty removed. So P8, he's dropped down.
Yeah, he'll definitely will.
There. Still an awesome drive from him with 11 places made up, the most out of any driver still racing. So he's got to still be happy with that as we come around for the final lap of the race.
Sector up ahead. Just a lap car moving over.
It looks like just Ray there getting out of the way, but he's got 3 cars coming around. It's going to be a little bit touchy. He gets out of the way. We're on the final lap of the race. Let's see if Easy Mac can get anything done on KLX, and he's so close up on the back of his gearbox coming around to the DRS straight.
I imagine it's just going to be an ERS battle here.
Yes, looking at their dashes,
oh, Easy Mac.
Similar. He's got a great run. Oh, and if he's going to get the move done, it's got to be here.
Bad exit. He had a very bad exit there. Yeah, a very bad exit. They're both flashing now.
It's going to stay the way.
So KLX and Vegan takes fastest lap. KLX should hang on P3. He does. What a race.
Very entertaining race. Love seeing some drivers up there, like Easy Mac, Badgeman, Cam, Hawes, Hayden, you know, they're all... Yeah. Hawes, Hayden gets the job done on Hawes in the final few... it looks like Hawes has run out of fuel.
Hawes has run out of fuel, I think. Another safety car. Oh.
Boy, Race is going to come home P9, and Crispy's going to get that final...
Crispy's out of fuel
P10,
as well.
But he's out of fuel. So whether or not Broseph had a bit of a moment, because he's 26 seconds back on Crispy there, and I'm sure he wasn't that far behind.
Well, Broseph's out of fuel.
So it actually looks like a lot of these drivers
baked on the safety.
Much left, because even KLX, he only had 0.6 of a lap left.
I'll tell you what, but my heart, it really goes out to Broccolilli right now.
Oh, yeah, him and Blurs. It's just been a tough day for those two drivers.
Not a safety car.
Yeah, well done to the Tier 1 boys there. That was some awesome racing and no safety car.
Everyone who retired was a retiree in the pit. A 1-2 for Red Bull, P3 for the Aston boys, and I think Crispy P10. So Aston Martin doing a great job all weekend.
Ooh, need a breather after that one.
Oh, absolutely.
So quite a convincing win there from Prince. P1 in qualifying and P1 in the race. He looked pretty untouchable, but I mean KLX did good to get that P3 from P5, so he's still in the championship. It's still close, but that's some big points for Red Bull and the constructors with P1, P2 and the fastest lap.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely needed after the weekend. Aston Martin doing great damage limitation and coming in P3.
So we'll try and get the podium sitters into the chat for a bit of a yarn. Big shout out to everyone who's watching tonight. 34 of you. Good numbers for your Sunday night. Good watch from everyone. So well, Broseph saying he limped over the line there.
Yeah, well, I think we saw it. I can't remember what race it was, but there was definitely another race with quite a few. I think it was France, actually. A couple of the boys limped home. So twice now. I'm one of the guys who normally underfield, so I would have been in a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah, no, I was the same, you know. Zandvoort, you think safety cars, but nothing.
We'll just go pull up this race director. We'll try get through it while we don't have timer. So everyone gets have a look. We'll have a check about Hayden Rogers and see where he picked that one up. So yeah, he picked up 2 entering the pit. Well, he picked up 2 entering the pit. So a bit of a funny one. Not too many warnings in there, but it's a very short race director. And we've got the race winner Prince in here. Stainsy, I'll let you take it away because I'm too hyped right now.
Sorry, did you say you have Prince in chat?
Yep, I'm about to go blow my load, so you take it away.
Prince, mate, P1 in qualifying and P1 in the race. It never looked in doubt. How did that go for you? No safety car either. Would have been.
Oh yeah. Fucking thank Christ for that.
And no Kiwi.
Yeah.
No Kiwi.
Oh, no comment. Look, it was pretty 100% performance from me and Vegan. Pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we saw Brocco had the pace on those mediums. Were you trying to keep Vegan within that 1 second DRS window?
Well, I actually had fuel problems the entire way through the race. I think I saved fuel like 28 laps of the 36. I had, 4 laps of practice. I don't know how much fuel you burn around here. So that was a bit troubling, but we just managed the situation. Vegan drove so well, and unfortunately Brocco spun. He was looking rapid today. Really top class from him. But allowed us to get the fastest lap, so maximum points.
Yeah, so that's you still sitting at the top of the standings there, and as you said, maximum points for Red Bull, with KLX only coming home P3, your nearest rival. You've got to be happy with that, and coming down to the closing stages, you'll be looking to get that championship clinched.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's the goal, but
it's clinched.
I think the eyes on the constructors at the moment now.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, congratulations again, mate. And I'll let you go party with Timmy.
We're off to Amsterdam.
Cheers. See you, boys.
So, that's obviously Prince, the Tier 1 champion. I don't think we have Vegan. Mate, that's confirmed. We can put his name on the trophy right now.
The engravers are out there, are they?
I did that at the start of the season. I don't think we have Vegan or KLX in here.
I definitely had a Vegan. He's not available. He had to run after the race.
Yeah, I think he's got another race to get into pretty quickly, surely as well.
I think that'll be a 5-second penalty for not turning up to the post-race interviews.
That's alright. He still wins, doesn't he? I think he pulled that. But we don't have KLX either, the Aston Martin rival. So with that being said, what a race, Stainsy. No safety cars. Only DNFs were retiring in the pits. We love to see it.
Look, what more could you ask for? It was battling all through those crucial positions for the points, and clean driving too. I mean, we saw a few spins, but no questionable overtakes or anything that's too controversial. So hats off to all the boys. Do it all again next week.
Yeah, well, we're off to Monza next weekend. A very quick track. We saw how quick KLX was in a straight line. If he's anything like that, he's going to be a little bit of trouble, I think.
Yep. No, we're going to see some good battles there, I think, with the Temple of Speed.
Yeah, without a doubt. So obviously, Monza, round 11, we've got 5 races left. It's getting into the nitty-gritty now, isn't it?
Yeah, and it looks like it's a 2-horse race for that constructors now between you and Aston Martin, so you'll both be looking to get as many podiums as you can. But I mean, we still do have my team, Haas,
just exciting.
and Ferrari,
And Williams. I think Williams is up there.
Yeah, well, we're celebrating tonight, with Williams only having one driver in there, and then Jayco and Coolboy taking each other out. What more could you ask for as a Haas driver?
Yeah, and obviously you come home P4 and 6 in the end, I think it was. So that's a good bagging of points there for us, boys.
Yeah, sure is.
But look, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all next weekend.
So.